everybody. Happy Saturday. Oh, I do hope you have a fun weekend planned. We've got a fantastic weekend planned for you here on Crafters TV. Lots of things to show you, lots of demos, lots of opportunity for you to engage with us. We know, as always, there are always silent viewers, which sounds a little bit creepy, but we've just mean, you know, you watch us, but you don't always communicate, don't always say hello. We'll always find that there's new people watching the show as well. Do pop in and say hello. We don't bite. We are here to give you advice, to help you if there's something that you think, oh, I've never worked out how to use that. What do you mean by that word? I've never heard that word. I don't understand. This is your opportunity to ask us some questions, and we'll be able to give you advice and help you along your way. It's double points today on all orders over the weekend. Oh, excellent. That's always good to know. Do have a look at the website because we've got loads of special deals on the website. We're doing a little promotion about every day's a school day. So yesterday it was all about mixed media. Today it's all about embossing. So have a look there. There are some deals there, up to 70% on some things. So it's always worthwhile having a quick look to see if there's any special deals around for you. Of course, I'm not here on my own. Guess who I've got over there? It's only Debbie Fisher. Woo! I'm on this side today. I'm well excited. I get to demo, I get to have a play, I get to hopefully put some thoughts in your imagination of what you can do with some amazing deals that we've got on throughout today. Becky, we got the memo. We did. So we're rocking the green today. And I think from now on, actually, we're together tomorrow. Yes. We're going to have to work out what we're wearing tomorrow and colour match. Yes. Yeah. I'll tell you that tonight. I've only got 2 outfits left. Oh. 2 outfits left. Maybe we'll have to go shopping tonight. Yeah. But there's an excuse. I quite like that whole idea of wearing the same outfit, the same colour. Yes. You know, on Wednesdays, we'll have to wear pink. Wednesdays are a pink day. Yeah, because you know, for Mean Girls, do you ever watch Mean Girls? No. Oh, Debbie, we're going to get that for tonight. Oh my God, it's sort of been on and I've never really got into it. No, is it good? On Wednesdays they wear pink. Yeah, it's a great film. Okay. It's trashy, but it's a great film. Oh yeah, it's probably just my thing, so I probably quite like that. It's going to be a great day anyway. Good deals today. Yeah, definitely. Loads of people are coming in to say hello, which is great. So I'm scrolling through them all. Alicia says good morning and greetings from Arkansas. Hazel says good morning from a sunny Nottingham. Oh, is it sunny there? You're lucky. You're the only place that's got some sun. Jamie says good morning from Texas. Got my anniversary week purchases and crafting all weekend. Fantastic. Oh, nice. That was from Jamie Noyes, that next one. Marcella said hi, everyone. Jamie Alex has been crafting all night. I've got insomnia. What have you been crafting? And is it any good? No, because sometimes when you're a bit tired, even if you do have insomnia, things are a bit wonky. It's like sometimes I might write a little bit of my book at night when I'm really tired, and the next morning I read it and I go, that makes absolutely no sense at all. I don't know why I bothered. I should have just gone to sleep. Lois says, good morning, everyone from Ohio. Gamma5203 says, good morning from Dallas. Good morning, Mary Smith, Phil Watson, Zoe Carver, Lois, Nikki Gill. Missed a couple of weeks. I'm glad to be back. We're glad to have you back. Kim Rice says, good morning, crafty friends. Carletta is from Arkansas and saying hello. Stephen says, good morning, everyone. Sarah Brown, hello, my crafty friends. Sending you all hugs, especially the 2 lovely ladies, especially delightful Debbie and beautiful Becky. It's now 8 p.m. here in Melbourne, Australia. Debbie, it's your friend, the Flaming Galah. Galah. I was just going to say, I don't know if you know this, Becky, but Sarah is my Flaming Galah. Galah. Yes. What is a Galah? A Flaming Galah is a bird. Oh, okay. It's a bird, yeah. Are they the ones that talk a lot? No, I don't think so, but they're big, I think they're quite big birds, so they get a lot of them in Australia. Ostrichy kind of birds. And they're pests, apparently. Oh. I know, which sounds very rude that we call Sarah our Flaming Galah, but I think she quite likes it. It's a pinker grey cockatoo. Oh, and is it very noisy, a galah? Because in Australia they have pink robins, don't they, in Australia? Did you know that? They have pink robins. Oh, she's going to play us the noise they make. You probably won't hear it, but we will hear it. Oh, I can see a picture of, can you see that there? Oh, yes. That's quite pretty, actually. They are quite noisy. I'm hearing in my ear, or maybe it's just Nicola making that noise, I'm not sure. Yeah, they are quite noisy. Very noisy, yeah, very noisy. Yeah. I don't think I'd want one of those in my house. No. You'd never get any sleep, would you? I thought they were wild birds. Are they not out in the wild then? Why did I think
Yeah, no, I don't think they're pet birds.
Are they not?
I think they are birds that
They're very pretty.
Yeah, very pretty. And you get loads of them, don't you, in one place?
Oh, okay.
I think so, yeah. There you go, Sarah Brown, you're very pretty.
Yeah. So every day's a school day, like you say. Learn something new. I think years ago someone said all about robins in Australia, and they have pink robins. They're black and vibrant pink colour. They're really, really pretty, because we just think of robins being quite sort of pretty and everything, but quite sort of muted tones. But yeah, they really are. They're what I'd call a disco robin.
We were learning lots about robins a little while back, because we had robins on the show, and I was literally, I feel like I know lots about robins.
Do you?
I didn't even know I thought they were I thought they were native to us.
Oh.
But they're not, and in America they lay blue eggs.
No.
Yes.
How?
I won't go the ins and outs of how they lay eggs.
But I didn't think blue really occurred in nature particularly.
I know, it's strange, isn't it? And they are a lot bigger as well. And they have a full red breast, where ours have just got the top bit red. So there's a lot of difference in them. Yes, I know.
See, we not only give you crafting information, we will give you information about birds as well.
Well, it is every day a school day.
Absolutely. Pictures of the robin. So that's the robin, the pink robin.
Yes,
cool.
It's amazing.
So just pictures of animals,
Yes, your birds. What birds do you have?
Actually,
native birds.
Native birds.
Yes, love that idea.
That's
they
a good
don't
idea.
have to be native, because the other thing is as well, we see robins as a Christmas bird because they're here in winter, but actually they fly south, so they're a summer bird. So the summers come in other countries. In Canada, I think they're a summer bird. I mean, summer is on the way. Yes. Hello.
We were saying just earlier before the show, I need to get a piece of paper to write down my notes, and I didn't do that, but those are the kind of notes I should be taking.
Absolutely. Well, I figure we're rocking the green with nature today,
Yeah, we
so
are.
I think we have to be naturist. No, we don't need to...
No, that's not happening.
Don't need to be like that. That's not what I meant. No, that's not. What's the word?
You might not want to join us for the next couple of shows.
No, we will keep our green attire on.
We're not on that kind of channel, is all I'm saying, okay? But Debbie, you do you over there, right on the other side of the studio. Victoria says good morning from Preston. I've not watched it all yesterday, but I hope we've all got our teeth in. I really struggled yesterday to get my words out. And so did Jan. It was like it was catching. And then so many things sort of went wrong. It was just one of those days. You know, sometimes things go wrong. It's just one of those days. Hopefully it won't be like that today. But it's only 8 minutes in, and I'm thinking maybe it might be. Loads of people are saying hello. Beth says hello. Kim, Rita Jackson. It's a long time since I've been up early enough to play your crafts right. Galahs are wild birds from Anne Gray. And Kim Rice says this is going to be a fun day. I love Play Your Crafts Right because I like to win. I make no bones about it. I don't like to lose. I'm going to get quite grumpy. And if I don't win, who knows, I might just go sit on the sofa.
Well, it's okay, Becky, because I'm notoriously very bad at Play Your Crafts Right.
I feel much better then. I'll suggest that we Play Your Crafts Right with you all the time, so I can win. I apologise in advance if I'm a bit croaky. I've got a little bit of a cold, but so I might have a couple of little tickly coughs, so I'd apologise in advance. Right, we should get started, shouldn't we? Because I've been chatting away. Right, first thing we're going to have a look at is our Weekend Wonder Deals. So these are a 3-piece discovery set, a Spectrum Noir discovery set. This first one here is your manga and comic set. So in these sets, you will get a mixture of different pens. You'll also get some paper, and you will get the images printed out for you to practice your colouring techniques. Really great item. I'm thinking Christmas coming up. These are great sort of stocking fillers and gifts for teenage kids particularly. I know that my son would have loved this kind of idea. The next one we've got in the bundle is your illustration. So again, similar kind of thing where you've got a selection of different pens in here, as well as some of the papers and the printed images for you to practice your colouring. And the last one is your creative colour. So this is more portraiture, almost sort of cartoon portraiture that you've got in here. Fantastic deal on all 3 of these. £29.98 or $39.98, $23.98 or $31.98 is your platinum price. And as we said before, everything is double points this weekend, so worth popping in your basket. Excuse me, coffee. Right. Next one we're going to look at is Colour My World. Colour Your World. Don't colour my world, because just colour your own world. I was so annoyed with myself for missing out on this when it came out, and there's still a few little things left, and I think this is just such a lovely collection here. The first one we're going to look at is this one here. This is your look for the rainbow. Isn't that some song lyrics from Spice Girls? Look for the rainbow in every storm.
I don't recognise that at all.
Is that because of my singing?
I don't know, maybe, but I really don't recognise that.
Goodbye, my friend from Spice Girls.
Oh, yeah, that's your singing.
It's a good thing you're so far away, Debbie, is all I can say. Lovely collection of dies here, where you've got your rainbow.
I really didn't recognise it. Sorry, Becky.
Oh dear. You've got that gorgeous umbrella with those raindrops and the clouds and the rainbow in that little selection there. The next one you've got is this beautiful kaleidoscope of butterflies. I don't know if it's, it's called Pretty Kaleidoscope. That is a collection of butterflies. Beautiful matte layer, as well as all of those little intricate shapes with the butterfly. Very, very pretty die there. Then we've got this one, which is your 3D embossing folder and your stencils to create that beautiful scene of the sun splaying out.
Sunrise?
And this is your floral rainbow. Look how pretty that is. That is a really, really nice Creator Card die that you've got there. And the collection of all of these is just £25 or $34. Platinum price is £20 or $27.20. And you're going to use one of these in your first demo, aren't you, Debbie?
Yeah, definitely. And we're going to use that beautiful floral rainbow. Let me just show you a few samples, though, to start with, because it is such a lovely collection. I know there's only a few parts left in it, which is why we can, I mean, that price is insane. But I love having that umbrella. That's going to go through so many different crafts. This one is a beautiful die as well. Just being able to create your panels on your side of your cards, absolutely lovely. You can colour these in whatever you want to do. Love those little rainbows. And that embossing folder is just beautiful. It's just absolutely gorgeous collection. And for that price, I think this is a real gift giver as well. You're going to absolutely love this, or someone's going to love to receive this, especially if they are new into crafting. Right, let's use this straight away. This is a really large die, and I love it because it comes in two parts. So it's what we call a creator card die. Now, if anyone doesn't know what a creator card die is, it's a die that doesn't have an outside cutting edge. So if we look down here, I've created my piece of card. So if I just bring it to the side, I've done this 10 inches by 7 3/4, and then I've come in and scored it at 1 inch and scored it at 2 inches, turned my card round, and I've done the identical thing on the opposite side. Now, before I die cut into my card, I always fold and burnish my score lines, because otherwise, when you put it through your Gemini machine or your die cutting machine, it can flatten those score lines, and then you'd have to rescore them. So I always think it's a good idea to just score and burnish and fold them. Then I'm going to use this die right in the centre of here. But what I have done, if I bring this one in, I've actually used a piece of card, and I've just cut my middle section out. That way, this outside edge then becomes a die that cuts my frame.
Okay.
So I've cut my cardstock the size of this card in the centre. So what I've done this for before I die cut is so I know I get my die central. So if I pop that in there, roughly knowing where that's going to be, which is there, I can then use my die and know that that's going to cut into this section exactly where I need it to be. And then all we're going to do is take some low-tack tape, and we're going to pop that on there and stick that down. I always like to stick in two places. I mean, you could stick that on now if you wanted to, but I'm just going to use that as a reference and die cut that through. So on our die cutting, we're going to be using, I always like to cut down. We had lots of questions last week and it made me really see, Becky, that there's so many people that are new to crafting. And I think sometimes we rush ahead and just say to you, whack it through your Gemini and it die cuts, where some people don't always know what your platform is. If you don't have a Gemini machine, so I'm using the Gemini 2, and you'll just refer to your user manual. So I like to use my die facing downwards. That way it cuts into my cutting mat. So we pop that on like so. Your magnetic shim is just a shim. If you wanted to, you could use that to hold your die cuts in place. But many a time we put our dies the wrong way around and it ends up cutting into that platform. So how I like to do it is our cutting plate with our die facing down into our card. Then I place my clear plastic and then my magnetic and then my top one. And we're just going to run that through our Gemini machine. So as simple as that. Now dies have come a long way, Becky, so the coating on them is much better, but they're still really intricate. But with the pressure of the Gemini, we know that we're going to get that precision cutting every single time. So let's bring that one out and then see what we have. So that, I mean, you can see, look at that. I mean, it cuts absolutely beautifully. Yeah. All those pieces out, tiny little bits there. Just take them away and then you've got that beautiful design. I mean, if you wanted to, you could paper piece this die beautifully. Either cut it out again or colour these, but I'm going to show you something a little bit different. So let's pop those bits in the bin. And then we're going to bring this one in. Sorry, no, I'm not going to bring this one in. I'm going to take this one away because I want to use this die again. So let's bring this one in. Now what you're going to do is die cut it.
Can I ask a question, please?
Yes, absolutely.
So, do you see how I put my hand up?
Like I love that you put your hands up. Yeah. Very good. Every day's a school day, Becky.
So you're using multi-purpose card for that?
Yes.
But it's quite an intricate cut.
Yep.
Does that mean it's a little bit flimsy?
Oh, no, not at all, and it's a brilliant question. So 300 GSM is what we would always say to use to cut out your big dies like this, and this is going to be your main card. So you want to be able to use quite a constructive card weight of cardstock. But I would also add to that, our dies are really good at holding a shape. Yeah. So even if you was to use your linen cardstock, you would still get a good die cut out of here. It just means that it may not stand up because the card might be a little bit more flimsy. Okay. So yes, a 300 GSM is a great weight for your card blank. So if you're using a Create a Card die, definitely use that. Now what I'm then going to do is take another piece of card and die cut it out of my card, which I've already done, and I will bring that in here. And then what you will see here, mine looks a little bit coloured. The reason it's coloured, I've cut my cardstock. Now this piece of card is the same as what the middle section of my card is. And what I mean by that is, oh, in fact, I've already done it. I don't want to show, oh yes, no, I have done it here. Let me just bring that one in. So this is going to be the back of our cardstock here. So it's exactly the same. So I've done this 10, what did I say that was? 10, yeah, 10 inches by 7 3/4, scored again on those lines. So let's pop our score lines into place. So this is another piece which is going to be the back piece of our cardstock. And we're just going to do exactly the same. So score and burnish those lines. So it's just a case of folding in, and then I've just scored at 1 inch and 2 inches again on each side. Pop those in. That way, that gives, oh, I've done that exactly the wrong way. There we go, just fold that back. So that now turns over, so the card that we made will sit on top now. So that creates this, what we call a diorama card. So those two pieces meet at the side. So what I wanted to do, I wanted this piece to fit, or our cardstock to fit right in the center of here, okay? And the reason you can see these lines is because this middle piece here, let's do that. We're just going to bring in our, so I'm just using, this one is my bright pink shades, and I'm just going to bring in, and I'm going to bring in the mid colour. Now, I'm not going to worry, Becky, about colouring this in different tones. All I want to do is to use this as my guideline to colour those in. Now you could do this with your ink pads, you could do it with your watercolours, anything that's watercolour, you could use it to just stencil through, so lots of different ways. I just wanted to use it as a template because what I want to do is then cut this out again and literally use this as my background.
Okay.
So we're just going to come round. And the good thing with alcohol pens is that when you use them a lot, and I mean over the same amount, so if I show you, if we just carry on colouring, eventually you won't be able to fill that with any more colour.
Okay.
So you want to do that until your pen almost starts to pool on the top. And then that gives you that, what we call that flat down of colour, that smooth colour. So we're just going to go around like that. And all you're going to do is you're going to do that with whatever colour pens that takes your fancy. You can then take in your green. So I've got my jade green here. We can then do that with our leaves. Now, if you wanted to, you could use your stick and spray, or you could use your what's it called? Stick away, which is what you spray your non-permanent adhesive glue as well. So you could pop that on, or you could just use your liner tape, your low tack tape to hold it down, and then you're going to get this. So once you've done that, you'll then, let me bring in my finished one, you'll have this one. So, and it looks a bit messy. I'm not worried about it being messy, because what we want to do is use this on the inside of our card, but that's the effect you'll get by colouring that all in.
Yeah.
So let's bring all our sections back. So we've got our two pieces here and this piece. And then what you want to do is cut that out again. So cut your die out again. And this time I've actually used my frame. So if you use your frame with your die, then it will cut out. Let me just pop that on there because I'm going to lose that. I've got to cut that out in black, okay, because then that gives us a completely different look by then masking our black over the top, but we get that precision inside. Look how nice that looks, but you've got nothing round the sides of those. So this is going to be used for the inside of our card. So let's just pop some tape onto there. Just going to bring in a piece of card, and I'm going to use my Dotty tape pen. I think I'm allowed to say I'm using Dotty because I think there might be some on the website. Well, let's just bring these in. And then just add that. Oh, we took off a little bit of black cardstock there, so I'm just going to move that out the way so that doesn't show. Oh, stop. Now I've got it all stuck to my fingers. I'm not doing very well here, Becky.
If you haven't got a Dotty tape pen, what could you use instead?
So you could use a sheet of double-sided adhesive, and you can die cut with that as well. So we do it on the website, so you will be able to find that. And then we also have our little intricate tacky glue bottle, so which I know Lily likes to use. So if you did want to manoeuvre your glue about, your tape about, you could always do both. So I could then come in and just put dots around the edges, and that gives me a little bit of wiggle room as well. But that's all you have to do. That's your tacky glue, which is what I've got in here, is just going to work perfectly where you put it, so that will stick beautifully. And then all we're going to do with that is we're going to hover that over our image and stick that one down. So, and it's not too hard to find because obviously you've used it as a stencil, you've used that one as a stencil, and actually if it is slightly different or slightly out, it's not going to matter. You're going to have those nice white lines anyway, which are just going to look beautiful. So we're going to tap that on, and then I'm just going to turn that over and burnish it down. So just all over, making sure that that's gone down beautifully. So that will do our first part. So that's for that. I mean, that's a nice topper for your card anyway, but I actually wanted it on the inside because I didn't want to do anything with this bit of our card. And I mean, I didn't want to do anything in the fact that it's such a pretty die, but I wanted it to be seen. So what we're going to do is I've got some, I know that the cardstock I'm using, I think the colour Summer, Colours of Summer. Yeah. Because I'm doing Colour Your World. So the Colours of Summer pad, I've used that as well, and some of the pattern ones. Yeah. And that's what we're going to use on the front, just to frame our actual design. So let's pop all that into place. And just use our tape pen. Again, up to you what your preference is. Sometimes it's good to use a wet glue. In fact, I should have perhaps used a wet glue on this frame, because frames, when you sort of gut the middle piece out, can be a little bit sort of floppy, and then go where you don't want them to go. So I'm just going to be rather careful where I'm popping that. Just down like so. There we go. And then just leave my fingers. There we go. Like so. And I always, Becky, always turn mine round. So whenever I've put anything I've glued down, I always turn round and burnish it. It then stops picking anything up. And make sure that that's not going to come away. And then we've got our designs here, which we're going to put on the front of our card like so. So let's pop those ones down. And just use our tape pen. In fact, I might as well do them all, and then they're all ready to stick down.
I do love those, that paper pad. I think it's one of my favourites.
Yeah, mine too. It's beautiful, isn't it?
Yeah. The polka dot, everything about it is just lovely, and it's a quite happy paper pad. Actually, I don't think we've got any miserable paper pads, have we? But you know what I mean? Those kind of bright colours make you automatically feel, you know, very happy and silly.
Yeah, no, you're right. I know what you mean, though. I think there are paper pads that do make you smile.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. And there are some that are just so pretty. Right, so that's our 2 strips there, and let's pop these ones on. So just in those gaps. And they're 1 inch, so I've just trimmed my little pieces to 3/4 of an inch by 10.5 inches, and then they will fit beautifully. So you can see how that's framed that really well. And then all we're going to do is we're going to bring in that one that we did. This is going to go into that middle section, so we're going to just pop that in there. I've just about done that. You don't want, so the reason I was checking, when you pop this on the inside, you want to make sure that your side bits are going to lay flat, and actually that could do with just being trimmed down a tiny little bit. So let me just bring my guillotine in, and that's just to make sure that when, especially if you're sending a card, you can actually close those sides down. So let's pop that into place. Bring in our glue, and then we would just stick all of those into place. You've been crafting quite a bit lately, Becky, haven't you?
I have.
Are you enjoying it?
I love it.
Yeah,
I love it.
So good.
But I was saying yesterday, my craft room is an absolute pigsty. I mean, it is embarrassing. You know, it's a good thing in a way, because people can't come in, because they just can't get in. But I've now commandeered my daughter to help me clear it all up, because she was looking for a job before she goes travelling, and she struggled because nobody really wants to recruit her for two months.
Yep.
So I said, actually, I'll pay you to help me sort out my craft room.
Oh, that's cool.
And you know, I need someone else to be hefting stuff and moving it around and helping.
Yes.
And then that will make me do it. But it's one of those things where you get into such a mess with it all, because there's so much stuff. So I've got the paper craft stuff, I've got the soft craft stuff, I've got my own stuff, and then I've got all of those crafts that I've suddenly decided I want to give that a whirl. I'm going to buy myself a loom, and I'm going to learn how to weave. I'm going to do some resin work, and I've just got all of this stuff everywhere. So I think I'm going to take full advantage of her being at home and help me sort of tidy up.
Oh, so absolutely.
Because you forget what crafty things you have, don't you, if you can't see them?
Absolutely, yeah, you do. You just have so much. Right, I'm using one of our Best Wishes dies. Now, this is going to be on our craft along. It's our little mini dies, so I thought it would work perfectly. So I've just used that pink cardstock that we had out of that summer of colours, and we're just going to pop that into the centre. So I'm just using, again, just my dotty tape pen. Pop that into place. I want to leave my front really clear, and I think we're just going to pop this on the inside as well. So let's just hover that down there, making sure we've got that at the side, just like so. Just want it to be so you can see through there, and then you can turn that round and burnish that down as well, like so, and that's going to stick into place. And that's it. We're going to literally, so you can see there, that like marries up perfectly, but it then gives us something to look through as well, which is just beautiful. And there we go. There's our diorama card.
Lovely. Oh, I like that.
It's a little bit different. Yes,
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, lots of people loving that. Sarah Brown says, beautiful card, Debbie. Brenda says, I love the black framing. Lois says, I was very dramatic using that black card. I really like it. Beth says, love the black card. So something's a little bit different. Kerry says, I'm cleaning out my 3 craft closets to try and combine them into one so my crafting partner can move in next month. So far, I found a 5 foot tall stack of paper pads.
Oh, wow.
And a 4 foot tall stack of Centura pearl. That is impressive.
That is impressive.
And I'm very proud to say that your owl likes my singing. Thanks, Al. That's what I like to hear.
Well, do you know what though, Becky? I can say that because my singing is appalling.
I don't know. We all hear you sing. I'm not going to say it. That song quite regularly, and I don't think you've got a bad voice at all. A quick recap to show you what you can have with this is your Colour Your World selection. So the first one is those little rainbows and umbrellas. Then you have your pretty kaleidoscope of butterflies. We then have the 3D embossing and stencil set. And then finally, just to make you work for your money, I'm going to move it over here. So I'm now doing landscape, just to be deliberately difficult. This is that creator card die that you've just seen Debbie use now. The platinum price for this is £20 or $27.20. So this is the best price you're going to get for that. That is a great deal. We're going to start the game. Can you tell I like the game?
I think I can tell you like a game.
I love a game. Does Debbie not like the game? She does. Debbie will win, and then I'll be moody than I normally am. And the thing is, Debbie's got put up with me for the next 2 days, so, you know, I'm just saying, haven't you? Yeah? Yeah? Just putting that out there. Right, so the game today is it's about television shows, is that right? So guess television show? Do we have to sing the theme tune?
Who's it? Name the theme tune, sing the theme tune, act the theme tune. That was Dennis Waterman used to do that.
Apparently it was just because it was only about 3 shows he ever did where he sang the theme tune. But for some reason it was picked up by Little Britain, wasn't it?
Oh, that's it. Yes, that's what it was. Yes, of course, yeah.
And the whole thing was him being tiny, but I don't think he is. I think he's like a normal-sized man.
Oh, yeah, he used to sit on the chair. He was a tiny little man.
Right. So, okay, so the Gemini has got a starring role in some TV shows, so we have to find out what TV show the Gemini has been on. So I'm team YouTube.
Yes.
Yeah, your team Facebook. Fabulous.
It's the other way round. Because I always remember going, YouTube,
I'm
YouTube,
Facebook.
YouTube.
Right, I'm writing that up on the corner. Right. Well, yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
right,
that's right.
Let's get started.
Sorry,
First question.
First one.
Name the TV show.
Oh, I know what it is, and I can't.
I'm going to have to get really close to that.
Oh my goodness, what's it called?
Oh, okay. That is. Don't worry, I'll keep score.
Oh, I love that they've got a Gemini in their flat. Hopefully we'll see some games on there.
Ready? Ready to turn around? Yeah. I said Big Bang Theory.
Big Bang Theory, yes. Yeah. Although my mind went blank, I knew what it was and I couldn't think what it was. I couldn't think what it was
called.
From
here at first I'm thinking, is that Friends? Because from far away it looked a little Friend-like.
I wouldn't know. It's a good job you didn't ask me any characters because I don't know any of the characters. I don't watch The Big Bang Theory.
I don't, but I do watch Young Sheldon.
Oh, okay, yes.
Like that.
Sheldon, yes.
Yeah, that's the only one I would know.
Called Sheldon, yes.
Right, next one. Well, I think this is showing our age because if you are under 30, I don't think you'd know this show.
What this was, no.
But we could sing the song to this one.
I can't.
You can't?
Start it and then I might.
Isn't it? Thank you for being a friend. Isn't it that one? Am I wrong? Oh. Oh, no, it's not. It's When Everybody Knows Your Name.
I'm not very good at singing songs off the top of my head.
You got it right? I'm sure you got it right.
Cheers!
Yeah.
Yes, Cheers. Yeah. I used to love Cheers.
I used to really like it.
Yes, a good one. Do you know the one that I haven't really watched and I really should watch, and Al keeps saying we need to watch it, is MASH. Did you ever used to watch MASH?
Yeah, I did, but I haven't watched that for a very long time. I don't know, sometimes you watch things back and they were wonderful at the time, but they're just not funny anymore.
Yeah.
So my husband used to like Fawlty Towers, and my mum hated it, and I never watched it. And then he said, "Oh, watch it, it's really funny," and I was like, "It really isn't." I think
see, I do think Fawlty Towers
But I think people remember it being funny when they were younger,
Right,
but watching it fresh as an adult, I'm like, no.
I mean, it's stupid humour, isn't it? But
yeah.
it is funny.
Anything with John Cleese is quite stupid, isn't it? Right, so that's 2-2 for those.
2-2.
Next question.
Another one of my favourites.
Yeah. Didn't it make you want to get a Rain Mac, this show?
Oh, I loved him. I always loved it because you used to know who did it. They always showed you at the beginning. It was the only programme that ever showed you who the person was that was a naughty person. Is everyone getting them right?
I love the fact you call them the naughty person. The perpetrator.
Yeah,
right. Ready to
call them
round?
murderers and things.
I think I was
Columbo.
Columbo.
Yes. Yes, great one. Love that one. I'm impressed because did Nicola do this game show? Oh.
Is it the same game?
It's the same game.
Oh.
Well, we didn't play
watch
this
it.
game.
No, we didn't watch it.
So you might know it.
You'll
at
probably
home.
know all the answers at home, but we didn't watch, so we don't know. No, it's all new to us.
It's
right,
definitely new
next
to me.
one. So this is number 4.
Oh, that's an easy one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Friends.
Just like us.
Yeah. Do you know what? I always think
Friends.
when people talk about the house we stay in, I always say it's a bit like Friends. We have a sofa and we all sit round and there's always someone with a turkey on their head.
There's definitely always a story being told, that's for sure. Or putting the worlds to rights.
And I love the fact you stayed up late deliberately last night just so we could have a chat.
I nearly went to bed. I was like, no, I've got to see Becky before I go to bed.
Right, brilliant. Next one. This is the one I sung the theme tune for, wasn't it? Thank you for being a friend. And the thing is, I'm sure I read an article and they said that certainly, I think one of the ladies was around about mid to late 40s when she did the first series.
Oh, okay.
Or something like that. They're not much older than me, which is quite frightening.
That's funny, isn't it?
Yeah, exactly. So I've got Golden Girls.
Golden Girls, yes.
Yay! 5
I loved them. They were very funny, the Golden Girls.
It was brilliant.
Very funny.
I loved, what was it, Betty White's character?
Blanche.
Blanche. They always used to take the...
Pearl.
Was that not...
Pearl, Blanche.
I can't think what she's called.
Who was the other? Dorothy, Pearl, Blanche, and...
The Blanche was the
older lady. Well, the older lady.
Wasn't Blanche the lady
The
who...
mum, wasn't she?
She liked the men. She was always looking for a new gentleman friend. I can't remember what the other one was called. Someone will say in the comments, I'm sure. Great round. I hope you did well. I'm quite impressed by how well we've done so far. Long may it last. I think the last round will probably be a little bit more complicated. We are going to take a short break. We will see you back in just a couple of moments.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right?
Yeah.
Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What did she do?
Exactly
What
how
did she do?
he looks.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I want you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV. Create every day.
Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get your hands on the latest crafty must-haves. Leave the hard work to us while you shop from the comforts of your own living room. Head to the Crafters Companion website to see our full crafty range, or hit the Shop the Day button to see all the new and exciting products featuring on Crafters TV. Once you've filled your cart, leave it to us to get your crafty goodies to you in super quick time, so you can get on with being creative. Crafters Companion, making crafty shopping a breeze. Here at Crafters TV, it couldn't be easier to get social with us. Whether you're watching on Facebook or YouTube, on your TV or tablet, you can get so close to the action, it's like you're in the studio with us. You can ask questions about products or crafty techniques. Get hints and tips from our expert demonstrators. Plus, share pictures of your crafty makes with our amazing community. Crafters TV, getting you closer to the crafty action.
What makes Crafters TV so special is you guys.
It's really special because the experts are really experts. They're really skilled at what they do, and they want to make sure that the audience also improves on their skills.
Crafters TV is so special because you've got together a really sort of key group of people and people that are very passionate about the products.
Crafters TV is so special because it's a unique community that we have with each other, where we can learn and grow and communicate with each other.
Community, the family spirit, the education, everything to do with craft. We are all like-minded people who share a passion.
I love all the inspiration the demonstrators bring and all the knowledge for us out here.
What makes Crafters TV so special, 100%, it's the interaction. No other crafting TV channel or show has the same interaction.
I love the community, I love chatting live, I think that's the best part. And it's gone beyond crafting because we've become friends.
It feels to me to be a really, really close relationship with our customers and viewers.
You guys make us feel like we're part of your family. I've never been on the show before, but one of my friends who I did meet from CCTV encouraged me, and I was on the craft along.
A massive team of people, and I think they've all got their role to play, and it just brings everything together. It allows us to do our job and just love it.
The people, obviously. The people not just here at Crafters Companion, but the viewers that watch us. I mean, everybody. We have this real magical essence about it.
Bye for now. Bye.
Hello everybody, welcome back. It looks by the comments that everybody's getting a lot of those questions right. Although Anne did say, I got them all, but what if they start using UK shows? Yes, well, who knows? Yeah, okay, you're right, Nicola. Perhaps everyone watched last week. Yeah, so maybe it's just a game for me and Debbie today, isn't it? Because we didn't watch it last week, and we don't know what's going to be happening in the future. We have got some great deals for you today, as we do every day. This next one that I'm going to show you is this collection of dies to create like a scene builder kind of dies. These are actually called 3D scene builder dies. This first one is your Simple Pleasures. Really pretty collection of dies, and actually when you start looking at them you see how much you've got in here. So you've got stamps and dies in here, that swing, you've got all those little flowers, the picket fence, you've got a lamppost, really very, very usable collection here on this one. And then this one here with that balloon arch and all those presents, this is something that you're going to keep on your desk and use on a regular basis. Very, very usable, all of these different stamps and dies that you've got here. The price for this is £26.99 for these two, or $29.99 in your dollars. A platinum price is £21.59 or $23.99. I'm really looking forward to seeing what you're going to be doing with this. us, because I think this is really, really pretty collection, isn't it?
It's such a pretty collection and so usable. And like you just said, Becky, so many elements that you can use in so many different parts of your craft. The balloon dies in the balloon arch one, it's just, you're going to use it in so many different celebrations. I do love this one though. I do think it's a really pretty one to have. Love that little girl on the swing. It really does remind me of my little Ruby. She's just beautiful. And I love the fact you get this lamppost, because I know this sounds really silly. I get it just for the lamppost. That's going to be all on your Christmas cards. It's got quite a Victorian feel about it as well. I absolutely love that one. It's just beautiful. Now you can use these. They've been designed to go on your sort of anything that gives you not a pop out, but a 3D element about it. So movable cards. But what about the card I just made, that diorama card, but putting it into the card with that girl on the swing with that arch inside? You can see you're getting all that dimension from it, but a completely different looking card. What about doing a bridge card? I love a bridge card. I think they look gorgeous. So doing that piece across the bottom, having that balloon arch in the background, but also just using it as putting it on top of your cards. So absolutely amazing. You can just pop your easel card into place and you've got all those elements, the presents, the balloons, that balloon arch, and then having it on a Z-fold card I think is absolutely beautiful. I'm going to be using it in a different way to all of those, and we're going to be using it as a pop-out scene in the centre of our card. So the first thing we want to do, I'm going to be using that Simple Pleasures, which is that little girl on the swing. Now if I show you, I mean Becky's already shown you the ball so you can see what you're getting. So you've got this full stamp set here, which I absolutely love, and then you've got all these dies, so all these ones, and then turn it over, and then you've got all these dies as well. Yeah, so you're getting loads of dies on here. Yeah, absolutely. So what we're going to do to start with, let's use that balloon arch. Not balloon, we're not using the balloon arch. We're just going to use a different arch. So we've got this arch here, and then we've got this tab, because I want to show you what these ones are for. And then we've got, actually, let's use that fence as well. So we'll do all of those. So let's pop some on just some white cardstock, and we're going to pop that one onto there. Just make sure I get them the right way round. And again, just put a little bit of low tack tape. That will stop them from moving about. So let's just pop that across each one of those, just like so. And then let's bring in our platform. So pop them onto your platform, and we can pop that there. All of these dies, in fact, just going to have a look at them, because got a feeling they'll all go through the mini. Let me just check this one. Oh, it's 3 inches, it will.
Wow,
so
that's
all
good.
of those dies will go through your Gemini Mini, which is amazing. So we're going to be showing that later on in our craft along. So let's pop those in there and then run them through. So again, really good dies. If you've gone for a mini machine or you're gifting it for someone for Christmas, what a great price to add these dies into and know that you can fit all those dies through your mini. This is all about being creative and building up scenes and a beautiful card. So there's lots on here. This fence die is going to come into its own. You'll be using this on lots of different things. It's a great one to have. Cut that out multiple ties. I actually want 4 of those, so cut them out multiples. Let's pop them to the side, and then we've got these ones here. So that's going to create your arch. Have you ever made a balloon arch, Becky?
What, in real life?
Yes.
No, it looks like it's going to be a real labour of love.
So I thought they were going to be really difficult, and I had no idea how you even put a balloon arch together. And it's really simple. It's really simple. You actually get, my daughter was showing me, she did a balloon arch for my youngest daughter on her 21st birthday. And I said to her, I cannot do that. I bought all the kit, and I said, but I won't be able to do it because I have no idea where to start. And she come round, and it was really easy. You get this strip that has little bits on it, and it's what you connect it to, and it creates the arch itself. It's amazing. Yeah. So I'm not saying it's not a labour of love, because I think you have to make different sizes and shapes, and there's obviously a skill to it. But actually creating one is quite easy. It's just how you then fill the gaps, I think. But I was really shocked how good it was.
I did go to a wrap party, as in not like, you know, a wrap party, but a wrap party at the end of filming a TV series when I was 17. There was a show that used to be in the UK called You Bet. And,
I remember that.
Do you remember that? So I went to the wrap party for that.
Jeremy, what was his name?
Beadle?
No, it wasn't Jeremy Beadle. The other one.
Come to us. Will come to us. And they had they had this big balloon arch, and my friend said we should take that with us. And I was driving. I'm just going to say, so I did not remove it, but it ended up in my car, and I had to sort of drive amongst all these balloons. And I took it into work the next day for my boss. But yeah, it was. No, I didn't. I was the getaway driver, I think, is what I would say. But yeah, Matthew Kelly and.
Matthew Kelly.
Matthew Kelly. Yeah, he was there.
Yes, I used to love that. And they'd have a panel of celebrities who would then bet what they thought who would be the best or get the most or win. Or, yeah, that was brilliant.
It was quite a good show, wasn't it?
Well, they were very clever, the people on there, weren't they? I remember like they'd do things like have to memorise things.
Do you remember the guy who memorised train stations? And he had to, there was a guy who memorised train stations, and they would give him a start point and an end point, and he would be able to tell you all the train stations on that route. And things like that.
Incredible, yeah. They had one with records, so they would play 5 seconds or 3 seconds.
Yeah.
And he would say what the record was and what year it came out in.
Wow, that's incredible.
I mean,
they should bring that back.
They should bring that back.
I'll write to ITV in my break and suggest that they do it. We could do one. So we did do Guinness World Records here, didn't we, on Fun Fridays? And it was, so Craig and I did one. We had to eat as many Smarties with chopsticks as we could in 20 seconds or a minute or something like that. I blindfolded, and I nearly broke the world record.
Wow.
I was about 4 away, I think, something like that. But we didn't
have an official.
We didn't have Norris McWhirter here to adjudicate for us, but it was quite good fun. There was all sorts of different ones. How many socks you can put on a foot in 1 minute, things like that. How many t-shirts you put on. I think there was like how big a tower you can make from toilet rolls. So maybe we should do things like that.
Yeah, maybe we should. We've got to do something crafty though, that someone's not done.
Well, I think we should do how many demos you can do in 5 minutes.
Yes.
Yeah, you're not keen on that idea.
Depends what you've got to work with.
Well, that's it.
Yeah,
you don't know.
That's very true.
It's almost like ready, steady, cook, you know, where you just pull, you know,
well,
get a tray of stuff.
Well, it's a bit like Craft Wars. We keep mentioning that lately. I don't know if you ever knew about Craft Wars. So Craft Wars was something where we used to do, where 2 of us were together, we'd have a basket with a cloth over the top and never knew what was in the basket. And then they'd whip the cloth off, and then there'd be all sorts of crafty stuff, and we'd have to make a project with it.
Oh, I'd love to do that.
It was really good fun, yeah. And then everyone out there would have to vote which one they thought was the best. So
can we bring that back?
Yeah, we should bring that back, because there's a lot of times, especially with yourself, Becky, who can now craft. I'm crafting and I do a lot of presenting. So whenever perhaps Corinne presents, Debbie presents. So maybe we need to bring that back when we've got 2 crafters, the presenting and the craft experts. So
that'd
be
great.
Be done.
Yeah,
we should do that. Maybe that could be our next Saturday game.
Yes.
That 2 of them are on. Quite like that one. Shall we get... Yeah, we're running out of time. Shall I quickly get on with this demo? Right, I've created a card blank here, and I'll just give you the measurements. So it was 11 inches, and I've scored it in half. So it's 5.5 inches by 6 inches. And I want it for the inside of my card, really, because the outside, we're just going to put something pretty on there. But what I want to create is a pop-out piece in the middle. So I've done another piece of card which is identical, which is your same amount, but I've scored it. So let me just bring that in. I've scored it at 2 3/4, 5.5, and 8 1/4, and that's 11 inches. So it folds the same in the middle, but it gives me this pop-out element. So what I want that to do, I want that to be on our front piece here. So if I just pop that to the side, so it will still fold as you fold it in, but it's got this square piece. Can you see the square in the middle there? So that's what we're aiming for, is to get that square. So the first thing I want to do is bring in our coloured cardstock. Now I've just used, I think this was from the Spring Fever card pack that we had in. Yeah, really pretty. Apologies I haven't got this, but you'll have plenty of nice papers yourself. Actually, I think I'm lying. I think I got this from my Spring is in the Air Nature's Garden collection. It's quite an old one, but it's got some really pretty papers in there. So let's just bring that in, pop that on the inside. So I'm popping this in before we, and I've got one for the front as well, before we actually put our middle pop-out section together. So let's just pop that on there and affix that to the inside. So we've got our inside done there. And then on this piece, what I want this for, I want then to create, like we've got some gates around it. So it looks like the garden fence. So we're just going to pop each one of these onto each side. But also, I've just cut up some little squares of card. Now, because I've done this for like 2 inches, I think, sorry, 1.5 inches, 1 inch and 3/4, and I've done these at 1.5 inches, just to go in the middle. So we're just going to stick these into place. And then that way, it looks like we've got some greenery behind our fences. So let's just pop those in there. I'm going to put that right in the centre. And then just do these all the way along.
So we've had a question about which stamp is best to use for colouring with Spectrum Noir markers that won't ruin or mix or ruin the colouring. So which ink pad, I think, is a question.
Oh, to ruin your ink pad. Well, so that's a really good question, Becky, because it's not about ruining. No ink pad will ruin your stamp.
Yeah.
But what they will do is some ink pads will stain them.
Right.
And some people don't like their ink pad, their stamp stained. For me, I think it's okay. I don't think we have to worry about stained ink, stained stamps, as long as they work okay. But if you don't like to get them inky and stained, you want to stay away from your sort of stronger colours. So I know that ink pads such as your pigments, ink pads, not your pigment, your quick drying, such as crushed velvet, fuchsia, they will stain your ink pads.
Right.
So if you don't want to stain them, what I would suggest is that you use lighter coloured inks, but also your, what's the word? Can't think what the word is. Your
cleaning solution?
Yeah, but your clean solution still wouldn't get rid of the stained effect. So it really is a case of sticking to pigment ink pads don't tend to stain because they're an opaque ink pad. Water reactives don't tend to stain either. But your quick drying is probably those ones. But what I would say is it's the nature of the beast sometimes with them staining. And I would say that you're to stay away from stronger colours.
And if you're using your Spectrum Noir markers, you're using your alcohol markers, what is the ink pad that you should be using?
So that is your alcohol proof ink pad. Yes, so you want to use your alcohol proof with those.
So with the other ones, like your quick dry and your pigment, are they all alcohol based, or are they
so you can use them with alcohol, your pigment ink pads, and also your if you heat emboss them, so they're sealed, you can use them with your watercolours. So actually your pigment ink pads, which is why I like them, you can use with both. So they're very good. Yeah, so hopefully that helps.
Brilliant, thank you.
Right, so you can see now that we've got that bottom piece there, and we've made almost like our little garden sort of piece. These are the bits that you're getting. So this is that die that we cut out, which gives you little tabs. So that enables you now to do your pop-out piece in them. So what you then do, these will sit directly into that base.
Okay.
And we're going to just stick those into place. Now, it's up to you whether you stick them first or put your items on there and then stick them in. I'm just going to stick mine in, but I'm also, I think, yeah, we will put our glue down there, our tape pen, for a quick stick, but I'm also just going to enforce that with some tacky glue. And also that would give me a bit of wiggle room, but it will just give me that ultra stick. Red liner tape as well is going to be a really good one to use. So yeah, use your red liner tape if you want a really good stick as well. So let's just add that in.
Rita says your card matches your outfit today.
It does. That, in fact, both of our outfits today. Yeah, that couldn't be a better. No, yeah, look at that.
That's going to be what you have to do every week now. You've got to colour coordinate your outfit with your demos.
My demos. It's nice to be demoing, Becky. I feel like it's a long time since I've done some demos.
Yeah, you've definitely been over this side quite a lot, haven't you?
That's it. Right, just going to get my head into place, because what I'm going to do is use my. There we go, just like that. And then I'm going to close it. Hopefully that will then close. No, it's not going to do that. We've not stuck it. So it's a little bit tricky just to get those into place. So what I'm going to do is just push that one down, making sure we've got that one in place. It doesn't have to be so perfect, but if you've got, there we go, that's better. Close it on there. That's why that bit of wiggle room is really good, because you want to be able to close it. If you don't put those straight inside, when you close it, you won't be able to close your card straight. So that's one of them done, and then we're going to pop this other one in. We're going to do the same thing. So I'm using my, my glass mat, can't get my words out today, using my glass mat as a grid to sort of help where I'm going to pop my pieces. So just making sure we've got that in place, and then I'm sticking them down, but then folding it, because then that way they'll just shift that little bit if they need to go in the right place. So by having the sticky one and then the tacky glue, that will make sure we've got those in there perfectly. There you can see. Okay, so once we've done that, we've then got our pieces for our fence. So we've got 4 pieces. So let's stick those ones on. And I'm going to, again, just use my dotty tape pen. So let's pop these into place. We might as well glue them all. So I hear in the comments they've been talking about what, who they would be from the Golden Girls. Who would you be from the Golden Girls?
I think I'd be the mum. What's her name? Was it Dorothy? No, Sophia, because she was quite cutting and could get away with it, really, couldn't she? She could say whatever she liked because she was older.
Was she the one that liked the men?
No. What are you saying? That's the one I should be?
No, not at all.
That was Blanche Dubois, wasn't it? I don't know. I think I'd probably be more likely to be Rose because I'm quite scatty. I remember Jamie, who used to work here. He always said, "You are quite scatty," because I'd pack my bag, and then I'd go, "What have I done with my phone?" And I'd go looking for it, and then I go, oh, there it is, over there. And I am quite scatty, so maybe that would be me. I don't know, who would you be?
I don't know. I really don't know. I don't even know if I can relate to, I don't know.
It's difficult to tell, isn't it? I mean, maybe you should open it up to TV shows in general. What character out of TV shows do you most identify with?
Well, you are Pat Butcher from EastEnders with your earrings on today.
Like when Frank goes, pat, 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 pat. I have got really big earrings on today. They are my Pat Butcher earrings. But yes, thanks for that, Debbie. No one's ever said I'm like Pat Butcher before. Today is a new experience for me.
You just need shorter hair. Right, the little girl on the swing I have just already cut out. So you're getting the die and the stamp, and I've already coloured her in just because of time. I've sort of shot ahead on that one. And then we've got all our elements. I've also done the lamppost, which I just absolutely love. We've just got some greenery. We've got some of our flowers, and all of these are, we've got our lupins there. Yeah, loads of different little embellishments, so let's just bring those ones in, and then I'll just show you quickly how to put them together and then bring in my finished card, because I know we're sort of, I wanted to get a couple more demos in and we've still got the other half of the game to play. So what I would do first, before you put your archway in, I would cut 2 arches of these, only because even though I've used 300 GSM.
Yep.
Because it's quite thin now, it's going to be quite wobbly.
Okay.
So I would, if not 2 or 3, you can pop those together and then you can have your arches.
Okay.
So what I would do with that is you can glue then your little girl into the arches. So we're going to just put some glue. Let's bring in the tacky glue. I'm just going to put a little bit on the top there. Is that rain? Is it raining today? So we're just going to place her right in the middle, and it's a good way then to get her into that middle section, just like so. And then we're just going to tape those 2 pieces together.
While you're gluing those together, can I ask you a couple of questions that come in?
Absolutely.
Ruth Miller says, I heard somewhere that you can see double-sided tape through vellum. Does the red liner show through as well?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. But our tape pens are very good.
Okay.
They're the best I've used at hiding in vellum.
Right.
And unless you know it's there, I wouldn't say you can see it.
Okay. All right, good to know. The other one is, this is from Lynn Morton. Which Crafter's Companion ink pads are not distressed effects, so I can blend them really easily?
So I would say stick to water reactive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
Yeah, they're very good.
That's good. And Lynn says she likes a cardstock. Where's it from?
It's from sorry, I've used one that's we haven't got anymore, but it's just so I can use up some of my old pads. But it was one called Spring is in the Air, which was one of our very sort of, I want to say first, maybe sort of second, third, maybe fourth. It was in those first Nature's Gardens. I don't know how many Nature's Gardens we've brought out now, but it's quite a few.
Right.
Yes, so it was in the Spring is in the Air.
Excellent.
So we're going to pop this in, so just see where you want that to go. And actually, now I'm going to just, you can, if you wanted to and you didn't want to see, let me just bring that in. Can you see? You can see the end. If you wanted that to go longer down, bring in another one, but you can do that longer, so you can elongate the legs and then you won't be able to see it, and then just trim it off, trim this piece off. I'm not going to worry about it because all I want to do is just to make sure that we've popped that on the inside. So we're just going to place that inside. That's going to give us our first part. And we're just going to make sure that she looks like she can swing from there. So again, I'm just placing that down each time, just rubbing down to make sure, so you can see straight away there, we're starting to build up that image there. And then what I want to do is we're going to add the lamppost, which I absolutely love. It's one of my favourites. You can see me using this on so many things. That will just go on the side here, so it looks like she's literally in her garden swinging. And then we're going to pop that inside. And let's just add some flowers. And we've got our lupins. I love lupins. Although if you have lupins, they literally spread like wildflower.
That's a good thing, isn't it?
But they really spread. Yeah, absolutely.
I don't think I've got any lupins, and I do quite like them. Maybe I should be getting
Yeah,
lupins.
they're beautiful.
My favourite flower, my favourite plant is a bleeding heart.
Oh, yes.
I like those.
The only trouble is with a bleeding heart, it doesn't come up very often.
No.
It's like once a year, and then it just all dies off, and you've got an empty pot. So, but I love a bleeding heart. I think they're just beautiful.
I bought some seeds to grow some yellow bleeding hearts and some black bleeding hearts as well, and some bright blue ones. But I've never actually got round to doing it.
It's actually just reminded me that we haven't got my bleeding heart anymore. We've left it at the other house. We can go and get it. We rented out the house, so yeah, we can.
I think it's time for a new one.
Yes, that's true. Perhaps it is time for a new one.
Because we know you're watching.
Absolutely. And then all I've done with that front piece, we've got our piece on the front here, which we're going to stick into place. So let's just go around, pop that into place. And it's just about building up, using what you've got in your stash. I'm using one of our old sentiments here, but our best wishes. This was our interchangeable sentiments. Pop that on the front, and there we go. We've got our pop-out design. So we've just got our beautiful cards, and then it pops out with that little girl in there.
Lovely. Oh, it's absolutely gorgeous. Like that a lot. We've got a question from Kim. Kim, I will ask that question a bit later because we're going to get started with the next of the games. So just a quick recap, these are the 3D scene builders. You've got 2 here. This first one is your Simple Pleasures with that little girl on the swing and that archway, very, very pretty. And then the other one is your balloon arch, your party one. This is Celebrate Your Day, $26.99 or $29.99. Platinum price is £21.59 or $23.99. Right, second round. Let's go, let's go. Right. Come on. So these are all TV shows. The Gemini is hidden somewhere and we've got to work out what TV show it is, and we're conscious that you all know what the answers are at home, but we've got no idea, so bear with us. Or maybe we did watch this.
It does look like we know the answers because we've got them all right so far.
Yeah, it does. Maybe we're just good actors.
I promise that we do not know.
Well, yeah, absolutely. We've got no idea. No cheating, I'm sure. Right,
Well,
first one, please.
I need to come forward. I don't know what that is.
This is only a show that I recently started watching, actually.
Well, I have no idea. Oh.
There's
No, I don't want a clue because I think I might know what it is, but not because I've watched it.
There's a bit of a giveaway in the middle.
That's so that yes.
Yeah. Oh, you're helping Debbie? Duh.
No, I do already.
No, it's Friends, Debbie. It's Friends again. Look how happy they are.
I might have it
They're all
wrong.
mates there. It's Friends. Right. Yeah?
Okay.
Okay.
Orange is the
Orange
New
is the
Black.
New Black.
So I didn't know what it was, but when I went closer and thought, oh, she looks like an inmate, and I thought, oh, actually, and then she was wearing orange. I thought, I've heard of that before, Orange is the New Black, but I've never watched it.
It's quite good, actually. I enjoyed it.
Okay.
Definitely worth watching. Right. My wet
Well, I
wipe
wasn't
is no
sure if
longer
I'd
wet.
quite got the name of it right, but
Okay, right, the next one, please.
We were just talking about this, Katie. You fools, you fools.
That was like a craft show because they would go into somewhere and they just build a tank
Yeah, they
out
just
of some
built
old
everything.
watermelons.
Yeah, everything. And my
18.
hour's never seen it.
What?
No, he never watched it.
Ah.
Yeah, his parents were BBC watchers, so they never watched ITV,
dear.
so they would never watch things like the A-Team. But I love the A-Team.
Me too. I have to say, I always had a bit of a crush on Face.
Yes, me too. Oh, he was so... I mean, look at him. He's gorgeous.
Right, next one. I'm going to have to go really close for this. I think this is just something I don't watch. Yeah, I don't think I watch this. I'm not sure.
I don't know what it is.
I'm going to guess on this one.
Well, I don't actually reckon I need to come forward because I don't reckon.
It's not something I watch, and I don't know whether... I'm guessing on this, to be honest.
Yeah, I don't even know. I'm going to... I'm just trying to think of something. What's his name?
I like the fact that they're all kind of, you know, older shows, actually.
Well, they're all American. It should be American game shows. What was his name? It's gone out of my head. I'm not going to... I just can't think. I'm not sure what his name was, but I'm thinking of a one-worded name for the show.
That's what I'm going for as well.
And I just can't think what it's called. What was his name?
I don't know if I spelt mine right. Do I lose a point if I spelt it
No,
wrong?
I can't remember his name. Sorry, guys.
I've gone for Seinfeld.
Oh, that's not who I was thinking, no.
What were you thinking? Or is it 2.5... Oh, I was going to say, or is it 2.5 Men? Yeah!
I was thinking of a man. There was like an older guy, bald head, glasses.
That's it, isn't it?
No,
isn't that the show?
he was called something else.
I don't know.
Can't think what his
it's
name
not something.
was.
It's not something I've watched, to be honest.
Yes. No, I wouldn't have known Seinfeld. I've never even heard of that.
Right, next one.
Next one.
I can't even see that one.
I can't see that either.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I haven't got a clue. No, don't know that. Never watched it. Never seen it. Don't know any of the characters. Sorry, YouTube, I don't know it. If you don't know it, you don't know it.
No, okay, so I've put Stranger Things.
Oh, I've never ever watched that.
You not?
No,
It's good.
never.
It's
No. My daughters watch it, but I wouldn't know that at all. In fact, in my spare room, there's a Stranger Thing Lego set with this upside down world, but I don't think any of the characters look like that. Being Lego. Sorry, yeah, I've never watched Stranger Things. I'd be quite frightened if someone
walked around and they did look like a Lego character.
Are we any more?
How many more have we got? We've got 2 more.
One more. Oh, I know what that one is. I can sort of, now I've said that, I can't think what they're called. Oh, yeah.
Which character do you identify in that show?
Oh, Maggie, of course.
I'm definitely Homer. I like a donut.
The Simpsons. Yeah, absolutely. Oh, well done, Becky. I didn't know those. Woo! Yeah, Becky, that's amazing. Well done.
Oh, that's really exciting.
I always laugh at The Simpsons because when I was in Germany once before and they were playing The Simpsons on the telly and they were actually singing Die Simpsons because the is die in Germany, and it would just, and it's always stuck with me. That really made me laugh. It's Die Simpsons. It's very weird.
Oh, that's brilliant.
Oh, well done, Facebook.
So I was Team Facebook, so we're going to choose 5 people at random and that you will win a voucher. So we will let you know who those are shortly. Well done, everybody. Anne says, I could see Marge with a Gemini. I think she'd be a bit of a crush. She'd be into scrapbooking, I reckon.
Absolutely.
Marge, wouldn't she? Yeah, definitely. Right, we're going to take a quick break and then we'll be back with more fun and frolics for you.
Welcome to Crafters TV. With more than 35 hours of live shows each week, it's your home for all things craft. We shine the spotlight on new and innovative crafting products with live tutorials and demonstrations. Join our family of craft experts where fun happens every day.
Are we in trouble or are we all right?
Yeah.
Should be coming in. Should be coming.
What does she do?
Exactly
what
how
does she do?
he looks.
This is awesome. This is awesome.
Get creative and craft along. With our amazing deals, your next craft project is just a click away. Tune in live 7 days a week, or you can watch us on Catch Up at crafterscompanion.com, Facebook, or our YouTube channels. You can chat to us, craft along, and meet new friends by joining our online crafting community.
And I watch you every day, and it's just what really gets you through when you're really at rock bottom.
There's a show for every type of crafter, from first-time dabblers to full-time makers. Crafters TV, create every day.
If you love Crafters TV, we've made it easy for you to watch us wherever you are. Whether you catch us on your tablets or take us with you on your mobile phone, it's easy to watch us anywhere. From here to here. Maybe don't watch us here. It would be easy to watch us here. Probably the easiest place to watch us is here. Crafters TV, with you wherever you are.
Many of our viewers bring up time and time again, and that's our wax seal gate.
Thinking, Joe, it might not work as well because I've put too much.
Oh, I've forgotten to put me thing in place.
Because I have a way of words that I think that doesn't engage with that and can come out all wrong. Water.
That wasn't the one you just washed your brush in, was it?
Sorry. Yes, but it doesn't matter.
No, it wasn't, was it? It was. Are you kidding?
I'm going to have to say, it's a slip of the tongue. I'm going to say it's maybe to do with my Scottish accent. I'm maybe going to say it's because of Mr. Ben Mosby. He is, well, yeah, he doesn't help matters.
roll. Hey! I've made pots that have exploded when I fired them. I've done zips in inside out. It happens to everybody.
We've all spilt our glitter all over our project or knocked the water over.
You all right?
I've just noticed I've got my dress on inside out.
So I was messing about doing some backgrounds with the sparkling, took the lid off it and managed to catch the pot somehow, and the whole thing came towards me, down my front, across my lap, onto the floor.
I went to reach for the water and, you know, do the tapping with the and so there was less tapping and more sort of a tsunami.
I've got some...
Always makes me giggle that. We always say when we watch these things, look at all our different hair, because we've all gone through so many different hairstyles and hair colours, especially Michelle. Can't remember when Michelle looked like that with long red hair. Crazy. Right, back to the show. We've got a border stamp and die set with cut-out expressions as well in this duo. The first one here is your best wishes die. We're going to see this in action to see actually how you make it, because it does look quite complicated. I can't quite work out how you would create a card from this. But you're also going to be getting in this bundle this one here, which is your build a border. Really sort of versatile selection of dies there to create those pretty kind of bunting kind of borders as well. The price for these two together is just £12.99 or $14.95. Platinum price is £10.39 or $11.96. Debbie, how would I use this?
Well, let me show you some samples first because they are beautiful. First of all, we've got some of the borders and balloons on here, just so some of the extra bits that you get with them. But these are amazing. Best wishes. They're very easy, Becky, and that's the great thing about these. It doesn't matter what you cut them into. To have something on the inside of your card that looks fabulous is just amazing. I absolutely love them. So let's pop those to the side and show you just how easy they are. Now, they do take a little bit of manipulation, but nothing that's too difficult because all the score lines and the cut lines are all put in place by the die, which is really cool. The only thing you would need to do is to add some score lines where you want your folds to be in your cards.
Okay.
So what I've done here is I've got myself a piece of card which I've done 6 by 6. So what I want to do is I need this to fold in half at 3 inches. But if I put a score line through the whole section, that's going to put a score line through this part, and I'm going to have score lines where I don't need it. So what I would suggest when you pop this on, get yourself your scoreboard. So I'm just going to bring this in, and at 3 inches I'm going to literally bring my tool in. I'm going to come to 3 inches, but I'm just going to come in to where that die will be, just like so. So we've got those little, what I always call little kissy lips at the side, and then I just want that 3 inches again. So I'm just going to take that down from the 3 inches, come down to the bottom and come in there, just so I know where my 3-inch gap is. We're going to place that there, and I know it's about right actually, so just there. So we've got then our markers for where we know that we've got to line up our die.
Okay.
So that's the easiest bit there, and it doesn't matter what size your card is. If I had a 5 by 5 inch, if I had 6 by 6 inch, you just find that score line in the centre. I know that my best wish is here, my best is at the top, so that's the one I need at the top. So we're just going to place that to the top, and these little kissy lips at the side, we're literally just going to line up to that piece there. And all I'm going to do is make sure I've got that straight, make sure that's roughly in the centre. Let me just bring that in there so we know that I've got a roughly in the centre. And then we're going to place our low tack tape and just tape that down. So let's pop that in to there and that one there. And then we're just going to bring in our plates and run that through. And that's going to do all the work for you. Now, what I would suggest, now I've only used, so we've got our pad on the show, and I'm not sure what this is, Becky. You might have it underneath there to see what weight this is, which GMS weight. The colour,
Colours of Summer.
Yes, Colours of Summer, yes.
Colours
if you could just check the GSM on there, you'll be able to see
it's
what...
250 GSM.
So that's a 250, so it's quite a good strong weight. What you might find is this, you don't need your full platform. So you could take out your magnetic and just run that through. So let's run that through and see. It might not cut, but I'm just thinking, because it's a thinner weight cardstock, what it stops then doing is the rest of your card from buckling. Because when you've got a thinner weight of cardstock, sometimes that will die cut into there, but it won't be. So I'm just going to check that. So actually, it has, yes, actually, it has cut. Yes. So, and the reason I've done that, because, and it just, this is a really good one to show that you don't always have to use those pieces. Well, I thought it had, and now, oh yes, no, it has. Let's take out all the bits. It's just that they're not falling out, but look how flat my card still is. It hasn't warped my card. So all we're gonna do is give that a little wiggle, because it has cut out. So even 250 GSM, that's cut that out beautifully. Just need a little bit of a wiggle there so you can see. But what I'm thinking it might not have done is took out my, or done my score lines, but we will see. So what will happen, you've got your score line at the top. Now you know, because these pop out, you know that top score line is one that you're gonna fold out. So we're just gonna fold that one towards. If it makes it easier, you could use a pokey tool. So if you use your pokey tool, you can get then underneath to bring those out. And then I know all the bases here are going to come forward. So we're just going to move those to come forward. But yes, I think what I should have done, my score lines have not been put in as well as I would have hoped them to. But I can still show you how to do it. So we've got that score line. So you can see straight away, as I move them forward, that's now going to start to stand up. So move that one forward, our best and our T. So you can see straight away that one is coming forward, and then we're just going to fold the tops of them to go across the top. Then we've got these ones I know are going to fold in, but the top ones here are going to fold out. So I know that sounds like we're sort of saying you've got to fold them in, fold them out, but all your score lines are in there, and it actually just puts everything in place. So I know the tops of my S there is going to come out, and it's going to go forward on the bottoms. So each one at the bottom, just moving that forward, that one there. And again, just use, if you can't get your fingers in, just use it to go forward on that one. And all the time, all this is going to, can you see, we start to working that forward. And as you just do all that, each one bending in.
So would you say that this 250 GSM would be the lowest?
No, I think you could get away with a 180 and up.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't think I think it depends what you're going to do with them afterwards. And I say that if you're just leaving them as they are, then you can sort of, so I'm going to move all them forward. You literally just pop all that. That will all go forward, and then you've got that pop out best wishes. So if I turn that round, you'll be able to see that a lot better. So that all then just pops out, which creates that pop out. Right, then what I want to do, I want to also create my letters with using them as the alphabet as well. It's because when you think about it, or not the alphabet, sorry, but as words, you could use them just as individual words. Let me just take out those last bits there. And then we're going to send that through again, but this time I want to die cut them into white cardstock. We're just going to place this back in. I'm not worried now about my cardstock, so we're just going to pop that in, die cut those out. That will then create some letters. I'm going to bring in my machine. I'm not sure if any of these are on the website. I know there was some left, but it's just an easier way to quickly give me an adhesive on the back. So let's just bring those in.
Sean Sanderson says, I have this die, cut it once and got so confused I gave up. So hopefully this is helping, just like you said, just takes a little bit of time to work your way around everything.
Absolutely, yes. All you need to know is that you follow the actual design. So if you follow each one of the score lines, so this one I've put through, you can see each one has got a score line in there. And if you know which part pops out, that makes it easier for you to follow. But what I want to do here, Becky, I want to cut them off. So with those score lines, It's really hard to see because of the light, so I'm just going to angle them up and then I'm going to trim round.
We've got a first-time viewer.
Yay.
Cindy Sparks Knighton says, good morning from Springtown, Texas. First time here, loving the show. Welcome.
Oh,
welcome.
absolutely welcome, yes. And what's her name?
It is Cindy Sparks Knighton.
Cindy.
Yep.
And where is Cindy from?
Springtown, Texas.
Oh, amazing. That's very cool.
Neferiti says, I love how handy the Xyron is. I love your name, Neferiti. I think that's a very nice name.
It is a
I do
beautiful
have a
name.
question which came in a little while ago and now I've lost it. Where have you gone? Whoa, too many messages. Bah, 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 bah. No, that's not the right one. That's not the right one.
It's because they move, so I always now tell
do.
people that they jump up, the comments jump up and you start
They do.
reading and then they just seem to disappear before your eyes.
They do. Kim Lusk says, I've seen the score on the scoreboard, there's a black lone drawn line, or black line, and one of the scoring lines during the love tutorial on Crafters TV earlier this week. Which line was it and what was the purpose?
I love that question. It is a brilliant question and it shows you don't miss anything because that's exactly, oh, it's an I thought that was a T then. I was trying to make it into a T and it wasn't even a T. I mean, I was just going to say it's not even a best wishes, but there is a T in best wishes. Yes, I will show you just after I've trimmed these out. So, and the score line really is just for us. Right. It doesn't have to be on any number. It's so you can line up your projects,
right?
Basically. So, but I will show you what you mean by that and where you've got that score line from for anyone that's wondering. So I'm just taking out those little pieces. I haven't got my glasses on, Becky. That's what it is.
Oh dear.
I know. What is the matter with me? Honestly, it's just I'm so silly.
I forgot to bring mine this week, but I brought my sunglasses instead because they've been really useful while I've been up here.
Right, so I do need to wear them more and more. Yeah, sorry, I normally have them recut out, but I left my die here at the studio and then didn't have them to cut out. So
well, I think it's good to see how long it actually takes to make, isn't it? You know,
absolutely, yes, yeah, absolutely. So we've cut out our die, we've got our best wishes. So just making sure we, where did I just had it? Oh, there it is. So what we're going to do with this now is I'm going to place these through my Xyron. Did we have any Xyrons, or am I being really mean by using it? So anyone that does have your, I'm going to put them in the right order, and then that way it's a lot easier to get out. It's just a lot quicker and easier to show this. So if you have a Xyron, then they are fabulous. Just checking which way.
Do you know I bought one, but I've never used it because I couldn't work out how to.
Oh, okay.
Because I've never seen it being used before.
Well, there you go then.
Well,
so
every day is a school day.
Absolutely. So we're just going to, I've just put it in there so they're just on that sticky bit. Apologies that we don't have these, because I know every time we demo them, people say, oh, where can I get one from? And we haven't got any more, I'm afraid. But if you do have a Xyron and you don't use it, please get it out because it is just amazing. Just checking which way round. Let me have that one as well. That will go there. So, oh, got a little bit stuck there. Let's pop that in. And that one. Yeah, a lot of people don't use them, and a lot of people like you, Becky, as well, think, oh, I'm not really sure how to use it. So it is a case. I'm saying it's quicker, and then by the time I put all these in, it probably would have just been just as quick to glue them all in. And then what I do like to do, and this is just me, so it is personal choice, I love to put mine through because you can either use your fingers to sort of warm it up. What will happen then is your glue will only go on the backs of your best wishes there, but I just like to put mine through the Gemini machine. So literally upside down, put your your rubber mat on the top, take out your magnetic, your clear and your top plate and run that through. What that does, it's like a form of embossing, but it embosses, it doesn't emboss, but it really pushes down all the adhesive part onto your protective layer and into your stickers, whatever you're making into a sticker. And then when you take them out, they will just literally peel off and you won't get any of those sort of stringy bits of glue.
Oh, that's a really good tip. Yeah.
So let's just take that protective backing off and then we've got that ready to put on. So yes, like so. So you can see straight away I've got no adhesion anywhere else. It's all come off and I've got no stringy bits around there. And then all we're going to do is pop them now, which makes it a lot easier for these to just peel off and place straight directly on. So we're just going to pop them over the top.
That's much easier.
Yes, so if you are fortunate enough to have a Xyron, yeah, please use it because they are just brilliant sticker makers. I'm hoping one day we will get them back again. We haven't had them for a long time, in fact since COVID really, so I'm not really sure what happened.
So I bought one, I don't know why I put it in my basket. It was, when I don't even know if I'd started here, but I bought it and then I didn't know how to use it because I couldn't work out how to plug it in. Isn't that sad?
Oh, Becky.
Oh, Becky. And that's why I'd be Rose from the Golden Girls.
I love that though. But that's the thing, if you don't know.
No.
So have you got a bigger machine then? Or have you got the smaller ones?
No, I think it's, I think it might be a little bit bigger than that, but it's not cohesive.
Yeah, we do an A5 one and we did an A4 one. So we did do quite bigger ones and we did the little handheld ones. But look how beautiful that then looks.
Great.
So we've got those pulling out. And we're literally going to make them into a really super quick card. So again, I've used that Spring Fever paper. I just had it on my desk at the time, so I was using that one. I'm actually going to use tacky glue just to pop this in place because then when you close it, it will close in the right direction. So this is just going to be on the inside, but I didn't want it to get lost. I didn't want my wording to get lost because there's a lot of white in here as well. So let's pop that inside. You could cut that into two parts, but I'm just going to place that inside, fold that up, and then I know that that's going to open and close perfectly well. Let's just move that a little bit. There we go. That's it. I keep doing that just so your card will have that little bit of wiggle room in there. And then what we're going to do is place this on the inside, but because we've added that white, that then shows up that little bit more. So we're going to do exactly the same. And this time I only want it to stick onto the bits that aren't popped out. So we're just going to bring in our glue again. Just go around those edges. So that will glue it into place and give you that bit of wiggle room. Just bringing that around. And then we can pop that into place. So you could bring your first one in at the bottom there, and then we can fold that one down. So then we know that opens and closes. And then on the front, all I've got is a little bit of cardstock with some ribbon. And we're just going to pop a bow on just to finish that one off. So that will go on the front. I mean, you can decorate. I've kept my fronts quite simple. Just going to put a bow onto that bit there. Just to keep that nice and simple. And then on the inside, I've got these sort of tabs, which I just thought would marry sort of in. So I'm going to put one on the side here. And I'm not too worried about where that goes. So, because we're going to trim the ends off. So I'm going to pop that crossed like so. Just want to make sure that we've got the ends to trim off. And we're going to do the same at the top as well. And that's just all it is adding just a little bit more interest when you open up that card. So let's place that across there, like so, and then we're just going to trim those ones down. Let's trim that to the side. And then our other one.
Rosalind said the pattern on that cardstock is so lovely. It's very nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's really nice. It was a favourite from all of us. We did one of our boxes had the papers in it, and then it's not very often we do that, Becky. We then bought out a pad because the papers were so popular.
Right.
And it's what we called the Spring Fever pad. So yeah, it was a really lovely one. And then all I'm going to do to finish off, let's put a little bow at the top there, just so when you open it up. And anyone that's wondering where you would then write, so you've got your card here, to show that at the front. You've got your cards, and then you've got then that pop-up element on the inside, which is really pretty. Just do it on the back. So write your message on the back, whatever you want. So you've got your cards. You can personalise that more if you want. And then you've just got that pop-out bit inside. And there we go.
Gorgeous. I love that. Looks really effective. Beth Ross says another great card. Linda says it looks great. Kim says it's interesting. I'm going to try that. And Jane Adams says super cute. It does look really, really good. So these are using these two elements here, these two sets of dies. This first one in the bundle is the Best Wishes. So you've just seen how actually how easy it is to make something look super, super effective there. Just takes a little bit of time of manipulation. So you're going to get the die to create this, but you're also going to get this build a banner selection of dies. So you can create all those different kind of banners and bunting to decorate your cards or your scrapbooking. £12.99 or $14.95. The platinum price is £10.39 or $11.96 for these both of here. Really, really nice items. Now we're going to go back to have a look at Colour Your World because this is going to be our last demo. So if you were lucky, oh yeah, I do need to do that, don't I? I forgot about that. I'll go back. I need to announce who the winners are. So these are the people that have been chosen at random from for Play Your Crafts, right? It is Nefertiti Gibson, Rachel Jones, Bernie Sale, Sarah Brown, and Cindy Sparks Knighton. Yay! Well, I'm particularly pleased for Cindy because it's your first time watching. So you just need to email in at prizes@crafterscompanion.com and you will be sent your voucher. Excellent. I'll read those again just in case you missed them. Nefertiti Gibson, Rachel Jones, Bernie Sale, Sarah Brown, and Cindy Sparks Knighton. Well done to you. Actually, well done me. I'm so horrible. Yeah, do you know what? I do have a bit of an evil laugh. That is why when I used to do Amdram, and I did like a bit of Amdram, I was always cast as the witch. Yeah. Unless my mum made the costumes when I was at school, and then I was always the princess or the fairy. Right, this first one from Colour Your World. So these are, it was super popular. So these are the bits and pieces that are left that we know you will want to get hold of. These are a selection of different dies and embossing folders. So this is an embossing folder in your stencil to create that beautiful background. Then we have a selection of dies here. This one is your pretty kaleidoscope. That is a beautiful selection of dies there. This one is particularly nice with the umbrella, the rainbow, and all those little clouds. You'd use that so often, that idea of the rainbow. And then finally, this is one you saw in the demo earlier on with the beautiful flowers. So this is your creator card die. For all of these, it's just £25 or $34. Platinum price is £20 or $27.20. And as all with everything that we're selling today and over the weekend, you're going to be getting double points on everything too. Adriana says, fun card, love making these, amazing price. They are a really good price, really good deal with all of the things that we're going to be showing you today. And you're going to do a demo using the Colour Your World collection, aren't you, Debbie?
Yeah, absolutely, because it is amazing. So I just wanted to cut some card out to show the embossing folder. So, and we're going to use that amazing die. So it's a pretty kaleidoscope die. And then we've got our ray of sunshine. Now, this is just not an ordinary folder. It's actually in a folder that comes with stencils as well, which is amazing. Now we're going to go through the folder first, and also if you are, it's nice, and actually it always jogs my memory as well to know that not everybody is someone that's been crafting a while, or not everybody has been used to Crafters TV. So actually, if you're new out there, let's start at the beginning with a 3D embossing folder. So the 3D embossing folder itself, if you have a Gemini MIDI, this will just go through as it is.
Okay.
Literally, you would put your cardstock inside and you would just send it through your Gemini MIDI, wind it round, and it goes through no problem whatsoever. If you're using the Gemini, so let's just switch to our smaller plates because we've got a smaller folder. All you actually need is your base cutting plate, your plastic shim, and your magnetic shim. So I always start with my magnetic shim and my plastic shim. It's the only time we tell you not to use one of your cutting plates on the top and bottom. So what you want to do is use that, use your magnetic, then you put your card into your folder like so, and then place that inside, and then you just put your top plate on. Now if it was a 2D embossing folder, you literally just take your 2 cutting plates, sandwich it between, send it through. But because it's 3D, we're going to send it through like that and literally just offer it into the mouth of your machine, and that will take it from you, no problem at all. If you've got any other die cutting machine, just refer to your user manual, and that will tell you exactly how to use your 3D embossing folder. Right, so we've got this now. I mean, look at that. I mean, that's white cardstock. How that is transformed is just absolutely beautiful. And even the deboss side, so that's actually, this is your emboss side, that's your deboss side. How nice is that? They're gorgeous. So you just decide which way round you want it to go. We're going to use it as the emboss side because I want to then bring in our stencils. Now I'm going to be using my favourite ink pads. I just adore them. These are our pigment ink pads, and I've got our Chinese red, our orange, and our honey pot. And then I'm using our Oasis and our Parakeet. Now what's fabulous about these is because they're pigment, they stay wetter for longer. So you can do lots more techniques with them. So the first one I want to use is my red. So we've got a red, then orange, and then we're going to use our honey pot. Oh look, someone's been putting a dirty ink pad in there. Look at that.
Who can we blame that on?
We'll blame Craig. Yeah, we'll blame someone different every day and then we're okay. Now, what you have to do with this one is your design, let's just pop that the right way, round there, will sort of link into the gaps. So you can see it goes down. And if you wanted to, so the best way I found to do it is to pop that round like that, making sure that sort of, it almost finds its groove. Turn that round, because then what you can do, you can use your low-tack tape and tape it down on the back of your folder. And then it's not going to go anywhere. So literally just pop that there, onto the side, onto the other side, and then you know that that's secure and it's not going to shift anywhere. And then what we're going to do, now I'm going to bring something in that's just amazing. I got a brand new one. Oh, Julia went and got me a brand new one. Ours were a bit tatty and very worn. Can you imagine how much use they have? So I've got a brand new one, which I'm just loving. So I'm going to use a different colour for each one. And we're going to start to do our technique here. So I'm going to use the red one to start with. So just build up that colour using that sunrise. We're going to pop that red onto there. I know, look how amazing that is.
Such a rich colour.
It's so rich and beautiful. Now I want to, the reason I wanted to use pigments because I want to do some heat embossing, and you can only do that when you're using a pigment ink pad. Well, you could use your duets, they would do it as well. And then I'm going to bring that orange in and place that around the sides. And then once I know that my orange is where it is, so I don't contaminate my ink pads like this one is, I'm then just going to blend those two together. Look how nice they then blend, just amazingly well. So just popping that round, so you've really got that gorgeous sunrise. I can always then go in with my red and just blend out that red a little bit. They're just lovely to use, just really, really lovely ink pads to use. And then all I'm going to use then is my honey pot, which we're going to use for the ends there. Look at that, just beautiful. I love having a stencil and an embossing folder, Becky, because you get real precision in where you want your colour to be, and you don't need to be an artist to be able to do that. So just blending those two together. And if you feel like you're getting a harsher line, just go back in. So we're going to use that orange again, go back in and just blend those two together. And it doesn't matter how much ink you're putting on because they're just going to blend beautifully. And I want to make sure that I'm saturating my card with that amazing colour. And then when we take that away, let's take that away. And can you see, I just want to point this out as well. These haven't been designed that you use them all in one go. You use them at different variants, and it's why you've got then your other one here, which will do your clouds. Right. So you could use your clouds as white, but actually I don't want white clouds because I want it to be a little bit more, look at that. Isn't it beautiful? Yeah. Absolutely gorgeous. And I've still got my tape on the side there. So it means when you then come in with your clouds, so it's finding where your clouds are. So let's do that first one, which is the top one. You're just going to place that over the top, just like so. And I can stick that to the same piece of card and it's going to be in there. So let's move those to the side, because we're done with that one. It will still stay wet, so don't worry about your ink. You'll still be able to do your heat embossing. And then I'm going to bring in my blues now. So let's pop these in here. I'm going to try and keep them in some order.
So with your ink daubers, do you you just use them for one particular type of ink?
I do, yes. Yep. So I have one which I just use for my pigments, and ones I use for my water reactive. Yeah,
Do you just have different box for each? Do you?
Yes. Yep. Yeah. Although you do get plenty, and I would say lots of people have preferred colour choices. So you might find that you might bring these in and you might find 2 strips would go for one ink pad because they're the only colours you use, and another 2 would use for a different ink pad, because, and then you might have your last one for a third set. So yeah, I would say just putting a little bit of blue on the bottoms here because I want that darker colour, but I don't want it to be too dark. And then we're going to go back in and then just blend that around. Just like so. That's going to give me enough, and then we're going to do the same. So take that one away. Look at how beautiful that looks.
It's stunning.
So lovely, isn't it? It is stunning, absolutely stunning. And then we're just going to put that third piece back onto there and do exactly the same. So bringing in again, do the blue, the lightest blue. Because I'm not worried about my clouds. I know you're probably thinking like clouds aren't blue, but actually the sort of, because the sky is quite dark, I want that sort of little bit of darkness, because it just makes your clouds look a bit nicer. And also you've got that white rim around your clouds, so they're still looking like they are blue, like the sky is on them. So popping them there like so. So let's bring that one out. So you've got that beautiful effect. And then our last one, we're going to go back to that sunrise one, which has got the bottom half on. So the reason I love this so much is because you could actually use them very differently and apart. You don't have to use them in the same one. And by using that tape on the back of your cardstock, it means that each time you layer them, you'll get it will stay in place. Yeah. And then all we're going to do is do our sky here. Just putting all that ink on. And the reason I love the pigment ink pads is because if you, I remember years ago, Becky, I used to buy lots of ink pads, lots of different coloured embossing powders. Yeah. Because I loved the embossing technique. I used to think it was just a really cool technique to do. And now I just think you don't need to do that anymore. You can just buy all the different colours of ink pads, and then you just use a clear embossing powder for everything. Which is amazing. So when we take that off, you've got that beauty. Look at that for a sky, absolutely beautiful. So let's take that away. Then we're going to bring in our pot of clear embossing powder. Look how much, I mean, we've had this in the studio literally since Crafters TV started, and it lasts a long time. So and it means that we can do all these different techniques with our ink pads. So let's bring those all out the way. Bring those in. I'm just going to get a scrap piece of card. I say scrap piece, I always use a piece of craft card because it's the one that gets used the least, or that we go through the least. So we can just literally sprinkle this on top.
It looks like, you know, when you're going on holiday, you look out of a plane and the sun is rising. You can see all the clouds below. It looks just like that.
It does,
that
doesn't it?
image?
It's beautiful. Yeah, absolutely beautiful. So we're just going to top that off. So you can see that now looks quite like it's got a lighter glaze over the top. So you can see, even though we were doing that technique and moving our stencil about, it still means that we can do that amazing technique because it will still stick to there. So let's bring that onto here, and let's just take our, oh dear.
Trashing the place.
I should have got that. It was right there, but it was all tangled. So me in true Debbie style just literally just pulls it all. So let's heat all this one. So we're just going to use it onto here. And I love this technique. It's just a really lovely one to do. It creates that really nice sort of brightness. And it also will...
it's magical, doesn't it? When it starts
it's just so nice. Yeah, it's so lovely. And I love the shine that it gives. This one's quite nice because we take a bit longer to do this section. It almost makes it a little bit sort of distressed, like a little bobbly effect, with like almost like crystals, and it's just beautiful.
Oh wow! It's magic.
It is magic.
I've had to come really close to the camera so I can see it.
Oh, properly. James, well done. That's a brilliant shot of how to do it. Yeah, that's amazing. Yeah, it's so good. And then it highlights that darker blue as well, that we're getting all that different shading in. Yeah, it's just beautiful. I love it. It's one of my favourite techniques, and I never ever tire from it. And there we go. So we've got our beautiful sun set. It's such a nice embossing folder. So if you haven't got that one, make sure you do go for it. Right, let's do, I want to show you the butterfly as well. So I'm just going to bring in a piece of card.
Just before you do that, Lynn Morton's just asked which of the ink pads
I can't believe that's the time.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not going to do that.
What the ink pads you use for that
I'm using the pigment ink pads, so our opaque ink pads.
Lovely, thank you.
Yes. I'm just going to put my card together because I didn't realise that was the time. My goodness, where has that gone? That's incredible. Right, let's bring that in. So I've got one that's already dry and cold and fits, so let's just bring that one in. But actually, I quite like this one a bit better, so I am going to use that one. So let's bring this in. We're just going to put our card together. Just bring that around, and all I've done is I thought I'd get some cardstock and sort of tone it in with our colours in our folder. So we've just got a little bit of sort of a paler blue in the background, a little bit different from the Oasis and the Parakeet. And then I do want to create a can't think what you would call it. What do you call it? You call it a shaker card. Yep. So let's just bring those ones in. So take in, I've already put my red liner tape on. So we're going to do that. And then I've also put the red line tape round the edge as well. The reason I did both, I didn't have my bigger one to start with, but I like putting it onto one side and then around the edges. And then that way, when you put your shaker elements in, nothing's going to come out. So let's pop that on there. So just over the top. And then we're just going to work that down. So make sure, again, because I burnish everything from the back, nothing is going to come unstuck. And then we're going to use our foam. Where is it? There it is. There it is. So let's pop that round. So we've got it's foam on a roll. Foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll, foam on a roll. Hey! Oh my goodness, I don't feel like I've sung that for such a long time.
Yeah.
Probably people cheering that I haven't sung it for such a long time, but it's a very good bard.
Do you know, I do spend a lot of time trying to get people to say it.
I love it, me.
Because I find
would do
it particularly funny if I can get someone to accidentally say it. But I know Debbie wants to say it and sing it.
I know, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely do. So we're going to pop this on the inside of our card. So let's glue this one on, and then we will put our sequins and finish it off there. So let's just make sure that's all fully stuck down, right in the centre, like so. And I am going to just pop that one down. And I just thought it would be a shame not to use sequins on here. So I've got myself some sequins. I'm just going to make sure our frame is going to go round here and pull that bit off.
I think we're going to do the vote at the beginning of the next show, so we can properly see you finish this off.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't have a finished one with this one. I put it all together and then didn't do myself a finished card, which is why I'm trying to get it all together. But I'm going to put loads in there. All I've done is use my blue and a light colour one just on there. Let's put lots in there. And then we can put that over the top.
You want plenty in there, don't you? Otherwise it seems a bit pointless.
Absolutely, yeah. I love a full shaker card. So let's pop that on like so. And then make sure that so that all fills round. And then what we want to do, so this is what I was going to show you to do. I've cut out that butterfly and I've cut it out twice. Instead of the base one, I've actually cut out another one so you just get the outline. Because I still wanted to tone in that beautiful sort of orangey red. So we're going to pop that at the side of our card, and then I've just got another one from our collection here, that mini collection, just for you. And let's just use our card to pop that one on as well. So that's going to go on the front there. In fact, I'm just going to stick that over the edge, and then this one's going to go up the side, and I'm just going to do those ones in the middle, flying up the side, and then these will still come up, which is why we've then popped those on like so. And even our little ones will just fly up there. There we go, there's our beautiful design, our shaker card. And there we go.
That's gorgeous. That's absolutely beautiful. Really like those very, very happy kinds of colours that we've got there. Now later on we have got the craft along, and is it mini makes? Is that what we call it?
It is mini makes, yes, because we're doing it on the mini, but we're also using the mini dies, which is why it's mini makes. And I thought, well, actually, I felt like there wasn't a lot to do with the mini dies, so I decided to bring the collection of the Venetian Grace into play. So with the papers and the dies, but the little balloons are from the minis, the alphabets from the minis. But we're going to be making not just our card box, so when you open it, I have got cards to make as well. So we're going to be making little mini cards that you can keep in here for so many things, and I'm hoping we will get all these cards done. But I have also made a male one as well, for sort of more masculine, a male card, so a little bit out of those mini dies as well. So we're going to try and get those all done, including the box as well. So
I'm really looking forward to that. And I believe we've got someone to join us for the craft along. Is it Crafty Stacey Lou? We've got her coming along, so that's going to be great. Oh, wonderful show. Thank you so much. Learned a great deal. Thank you very much for everyone for joining us. Remember to come back to the next show at 3 p.m. We're going to do the craft along. You're going to be able to see all those sorts of things. As always, we're always here for you to answer any of your questions. And remember, it's double points on anything you're going to be buying today. Have a lovely couple of hours break, and we will see you back here very soon.